Hi everybody, my name is Melena and today we're going to be making Thai shrimp using our Matador soy sauce. Let's get started. Okay, so let's do a quick run through of all of our ingredients. So you're going to need a cutting knife, a mixing spoon, a measuring spoon, 2 tablespoons of chili oil with the chili flakes. So you can find this like at any Asian market, but you want to make sure that you buy the chili oil that has the chili flakes already in it, because the chili flakes are what give this dish the heat and all the, additional spice. Then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And please use unsalted butter because the oyster sauce already has salt in it. So does the Matador soy sauce. And then you're going to need sesame oil. Of course, you're going to need the Matador soy sauce. This is we have 2. This one is the Thai chili lime grill sauce. It reminds me of think of sweet and sour sauce, but with the ginger and lime. It's a little bit more flavorful, and the ginger and lime are a little more pronounced than if you were to use a sweet and sour sauce. Then we have our Be a Matador Wildflower Honey from the bees on campus. Then we have some green onion, lemon, cilantro, 2 pounds of shrimp, black pepper, and an additional mixing bowl. So I just added 1 tablespoon of the Matador honey to a bowl, and I'm gonna add that to the microwave for about 5 seconds. It does not take long to melt at all, so 5 seconds. See, it's already melting. Okay, now we're gonna add our chili oil with the flakes. Our oyster sauce. And we're going to add just a drizzle of the sesame oil. And 1 tablespoon of the Matador honey. Sorry guys, the Matador Thai chili grill sauce. So. Okay, so I've already cut up the bulk of the garlic, but I wanted to leave one to show you guys how I do it. So this part right here, we don't want this in our food. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off, right? And then we're just going to start chopping them into little squares. Now this is all going to depend on how big your little bulb of garlic is, because if this was that one was really long, but if this was more of a bulkier one, then I would go back through and take my little circles and cut them like this, just so that way they wouldn't be too big. But since that one was long, this is fine. Our garlic is going to add our crunch, so we don't want to have them too small. Now we're going to go with our green onion. So with the green onion, you don't want this part in it, right? So we're gonna go same thing as we did with the garlic, cut the ends off. Now, believe it or not, most of the flavor is in the bulb, in this white part, and not in the green part. So how we're gonna do it is you're gonna cut the bulb into small little slices, but you want them to be fairly thick, but not too thin, not too thick. And this is going to go into the cooking process. Then when we're ready to garnish it, we're going to use the green end, because the green end doesn't really contribute too much flavor. The ends the end does, but it is great for the garnish. Now I'm gonna be using 2 pieces of the green onion. I already cut up the first one when I was trying to to film. But yeah, this is the concept. You're just cutting them just like this all the way up to the top. And then we're going to cut our cilantro, which will also be garnished the same way. The stems of the cilantro leaves also have more flavor than the actual cilantro leaves themselves. So we'll be using the garlic and, not the garlic, the green onion and the cilantro the exact same way. So when you have it on your cutting board, it'd be best to separate it before you start cooking. So I'm gonna separate the greener part, where the leaves are at. Put that on the side over here. And then the whiter part on this side. So now we're gonna take some cilantro. And I'm just grabbing a little, like a little handful. It's gonna be up to you how much you use, but I know that cilantro creates a lot of fresh flavor. So this is about how much I'm using for 2 pounds worth of shrimp. So the ends of these also are a little like brown and not that appealing. So this is also gonna be removed. So you're gonna take the stems and cut them rather fine. Get up to the area where the leaves are. We're just gonna do like 1 or 2 rough chops, right? And I'm gonna separate them again like this. So this is gonna go in during the cooking process, and this is gonna be a part of the garnish. Okay guys, now we're ready to cook. Okay, so I have my pan over medium heat. I'm gonna take my unsalted butter and throw that in there. Now this may seem like it's a lot of butter, but it has to cook through our shrimp. So once it cooks down, you'll see it's really not as much as it seems. Okay, so now we're going to add our garlic. And keeping in mind that, you know, I have the pot already, or the skillet already warmed up, so I'm not just now turning on the heat and then putting in the garlic. The pan's already reached a nice temperature, and now I'm just waiting for the garlic to get a little fragrant, and then I'm gonna throw in the shrimp. So now I'm gonna throw in my shrimp. Making sure to evenly spread them across the bowl. Then I'm just going to lightly toss them for about 30 seconds or so in the butter. So you don't want them like cooking all the way through, but you'll start to notice they'll get a little pink. Like this. And then we'll go in and we'll add our mix that we made earlier. Remember I said once we start on the shrimp, everything's gonna move very fast. Well, it's about to move very fast. So we're gonna toss the shrimp inside the sauce. And shrimp really doesn't take that long to cook, so by the time you're done coating the shrimp thoroughly with the sauce, they'll be close to being done, really. So now that we have the sauce in, we're gonna add our green onion. We're gonna add our cilantro stems. And then we're just going to toss this all together until the shrimp are done. And we can tell that the shrimp is done based off of them no longer being gray and them all being like a whitish pink. Like this one kind of looks like it's getting there. But yeah, you want to make sure that all of them are cooked through thoroughly, because you don't want to have raw shrimp, because now you're eating some form of sushi that I did not plan to have this evening. So yeah, they're just about done. As you can see, most of them are white. And once I can see that all of them are done cooking, I'm going to turn the heat off, but then I'm going to add the remainder of the chives and cilantro, because it'll still be enough heat in the pan to help the flavor be more pronounced, but it won't be too much heat to where you're overcooking your cilantro leaves and now they're super limp and overcooked, because half of them are going to be used for garnish. Okay, we're just about there. And your cook time is really going to depend on what size shrimp you guys get. I got a 21 to 30 count, and these are considered large. But yeah, you're just looking to see that they're white and there's no more gray. So let's see if we can find any more gray, because they look like they're done. Yeah, these are done. So now I'm going to turn off the heat. And I'm gonna add my I'm gonna add half of my chives. And then the other half of my cilantro. I'm just gonna toss them in there. Like so. And then we're going to plate it. Okay, so to garnish, we're gonna add the shrimp one by one. You don't wanna just pour it in out of the pot, because it will get all over the rice, and then instead of you having like a nice pretty plating, you'll have just bread rice and it'll look messy. You wanna add all of that later. So you can stack as much as you would like. I'm gonna do 6 in one bowl, just so you guys can get an idea. We have 2, 4, and there is my 6. Remember, we had the lemon from earlier, so we're gonna throw that in there and just catch the seeds and let the lemon go on top, right? And then we had our fresh ground pepper. Go over that. You can add as much pepper or as little as you like. I love pepper, so that's why I added the amount that I added. And over the white parts, we're gonna just place the cilantro leaves ever so gracefully. And then I actually have some sesame seeds, so I sprinkle just a little bit on the top. And then we have our little bit of chives that were left. You want to sprinkle those around the edges of the bowl as well, so that way it pops up against the white. And voila, we are done, and we have our Thai chili shrimp using our Matador soy sauce and our Matador honey. So if you guys like it, please hashtag the Maryland Magrum Center at us so we can share it, and let us know if you like the recipe. Thank you. Hope you enjoy.